It's the NIV Giant Print Bible, and this one has a 13.5 point font. And so that right there is just going to make it easier to read. How many times have you felt like you needed to give something to someone, but you weren't sure if it was going to make it difficult to read? We've made it easier to read, not only with the larger font, but also with the version of the Bible that it actually is. We have some great colors for you. We have that beautiful color of turquoise over there. Here's the purple. Then we also have this beautiful pink, which, by the way, is brand new this year. Then we also have it in the gray, and then we also have it in taupe right here. Less than $30. And by the way, normally it would price well over $40. We're at less than $30. I want to invite my guest in, Lauren McComas, a woman of faith. She knows her Bible inside and out, and it's so nice to see you.
Always a pleasure seeing you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
My microphone is missing somewhere, and so I'm going to find it while you talk.
Wonderful. Well, I'm thrilled to talk about this beautiful Zondervan Bible. It is full of so many amazing features. Let's start with how beautiful this leather soft feel cover is with this embossing. I love this gray. It's so classy and gender neutral. On the side, there is this indexing. How many times are we sitting in service and the pastor says, flip to Philippians, and you're searching and searching. On the side here, this indexing shows you right where to go to, which is amazing. And you mentioned the large font. Zondervan has this comfort font, 13.5 points. And you would expect that a Bible with such large font that's very easy on the eyes, you don't have to crack out your readers to read it, that it would be so huge and thick and heavy.
No.
But this is your grab-and-go Bible.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Oh, there's so many great features.
Yes.
You know, for someone like you and like me, I grew up as a pastor's kid.
Right.
And so, preacher's kid, as they said back then. But the whole thing is that I've been around Bibles for my whole life. And so I know what are the things that really make a difference, that make it easier to read, easier to understand. And this one has it all.
Yes, it does. And you mentioned the NIV version.
Yes.
So basically, Bibles come in different translations, and this Zondervan Bible is in the NIV, which stands for New International Version. It's basically in today's language. There's no these or thous. It's how we speak. So it's very easy to understand, very relatable. And Jesus's words are in red.
Look at this. This is in the New Testament,
Yes.
right here. And so you can see that anything that Jesus has said or been quoted is the ones in red. So it makes it a little bit more special to be able to see that.
Yes.
What else too?
Yeah, so in the back there is a dictionary concordance, and I love that because sometimes we're dealing with something in life and we just need some encouragement. It could be worry and anxiety. It could be stresses over money. You could be dealing with grief and loss. If you flip to that back and go to whatever it is you're struggling with, it'll tell you what verses to go to in the Bible to get that hope and that peace and that joy that we long for.
There's the word doubt. What does it mean? It means uncertainty. But here you have the verses that you can read about that. And even dreams. Maybe you want to go back to where different people in the Bible were having dreams, you know?
Yes.
And they were really revelations as to what was coming up ahead.
Yes.
There's also a ton of pages for notes. I love to take notes.
Yes, journaling is so good for us. It's such a great, unique way to express ourselves and connect with the Lord. And it gives us space in the back, several pages for journaling and note-taking, writing out your prayers, and you can go back and see how they've been answered, which I love.
You know what's interesting? A lot of people say, well, I don't know where to start to read. And one of the things I like to say is, first of all, you can always read the Psalms because they're beautiful, and it's a combination of like poetry and songs and things like that that's in Psalms. But right next door in Proverbs, it's all wisdom.
Yes.
And we all need more wisdom. So go to Proverbs. Maybe you read just a little bit of Psalms and a little bit of Proverbs. But let's take you right to the book of Luke. And you're talking, well, it's Christmas, you know, and it's Jesus' birthday coming up. So if you go to Luke 2, that's where you're going to start. You know, I'll even go to Luke 1, and it's like right here, Mary visits Elizabeth, the birth of Jesus foretold.
Right.
And then, so it even gives you these headings kind of in front of paragraphs.
Right.
So you kind of know like where you can find things.
Right, exactly. And I know some people, Mary Beth, might be thinking, well, I already have a Bible. Why do I need more?
Yeah.
I think you can never have too many Bibles.
True.
And you can really utilize this as a gift of your legacy.
Yeah.
I know a grandmother who every year she gets a new Bible, and throughout the year she reads, she writes, she highlights, she takes notes, underlines her favorite verses, and then at the end of every year, she gifts it to one of her grandchildren so that they have forever that gift of her legacy of faith.
Yes, that's such a brilliant, I tell you, every time I hear you say that, I'm just like, wow,
Yes.
why didn't I think of that?
Well,
You
it's
know?
not too late.
But it's not too late.
Yeah, that's
just
right.
it. These Bibles are expensive
Yes.
because there's a lot of work that goes into these.
Yes.
The fact that you can get this for less than $30, and they're hard to find these days. We used to have a lot of Christian bookstores all around the country that just had plenty of Bibles in them. Now, a lot of those have closed up because of the pandemic, etc. And so for you to be able to get a beautiful Bible and buy it on QVC, get a great price. Honestly, when I see things like this, sometimes I'll buy 2 or 3 or 4 of them, and then I give them out to people
Yes.
that I feel like maybe doesn't have one or needs one that's a little easier to read. Remember, you're getting the larger font and you're getting the New International Version,
Yes.
both of which make it easier to read. Which one sold out? Purple has sold out. Turquoise will be next to go. Then we also have the brand new pink right here with the beautiful flowers. This one is the gray that you see right there. And then here is the taupe. Look how pretty that is. And it's got like the trees on it in the taupe.
Yes.
Isn't that beautiful? It really looks like leather, even though it's not leather, which is great because if your kids get little sticky fingers on it, you can actually wipe it off.
I love that, Mary
Lauren,
Beth.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Always good to
As
see you.
always, my pleasure. In the meantime, much more to